So I'm here at IT Connect 2019, IT Nation Connect 2019. I practice this and still say it wrong, but that always makes for a more fun intro. I'm here hanging out with Huntress Labs, and this is really cool. They have a new thing they're doing. So I've done a review of Huntress Labs. I talked about how detailed the reports are when they find indicators of compromise and problems on the system. And then people ask, but it doesn't do anything. I see you guys in the comments going, and yeah, you have to do action items on it. But that's actually not true now. As you guys are rolling out a new feature, which is another value add here. It's going to actually help you with the remediation process. So tell them a little about it.
Yeah, so we're here. We're rolling out assisted remediation, and assisted remediation was really kind of our next step in our crawl, walk, run strategy. So the initial was, let's tell you how to remediate the incident. Let's tell you here's the steps that you need to do that your level 1 techs can do. And we find that worked really well, but it was time consuming because as an MSP, you had to schedule a tech, they had to coordinate with the customer, potentially log in and do the steps, and it worked, but there were sometimes people would miss steps, and then the malware would still be there, so they had to go back, or sometimes they were just busy and they couldn't get to it. So what we built was assisted remediation, so you can go in and you can review the plan that we've set up. The plan will say things like, delete this file, delete this registry key, delete this service, just like you would get previously with your assisted or remediation or with your remediation recommendations. But now you'll be able to click a button and say, yes, I approve this, go ahead and do it. And we'll task that. So the next time the agent calls in for tasking, we'll say, go and do these steps, and we'll automatically remediate that malware for you.
I'm pretty excited about this, and I haven't tested it out yet, but that's the next step. But that's something they announced here at IT Connect 2019. And like I said, this is so you can really go in there and it does more. Because I know this is like the one thing people ask because it just reports, but it's kind of cool. And it's going to be a time saver if you have a massive mess to deal with, which I think you guys probably have maybe done some testing.
Yes, yeah. So. And that's one of the places where we found it helps best. Sometimes partners would get a lot of malware, and we'd send them this huge list, and it had 400 things they had to do, and inevitably they would email back and say, hey, this is a lot. Is there some way you guys can help us out? So now you'll just see that, you'll be able to look through it and say, yeah, go ahead and do this, and we'll do it all for you. So it's no longer a case of I need to spend 20, 30 minutes doing this. We'll clean it up.
Yeah, what I have to figure out is a way to infect some computers to test it out. Yes. That's gonna be the hard part.
Yes.
So you guys will probably help me with that part so I can see it in action.
Yeah, it's interesting. We get a lot of partners who call us and say hey, we want to test yours out. Can you send us some malware?
Will it do it with the eCar file, the eCar test file?
Oh, eICAR, no. Well, because that's really just that's for antivirus to make sure your antivirus is working.
Is there a version of it that's something that will trigger your product, or? I'm kind of curious. Okay.
Yeah, we could probably find something to help you out there. A lot of people ask us for live malware, and we always have to tell them
no, you don't.
That's a bad idea.
That's not a good idea. No, if you're not familiar with the eICAR test file, check that out. That's a safe way to test.
Yeah, you can find it online. It's like a text file. You can just save it, and if your antivirus is running, it should immediately flag it and say, hey, this is what we found.
Yeah, and it's this test file. But so I didn't know if there was any of that in your industry.
Yeah.
So,
no, not
niche,
really.
So.
Not really, but we get a lot of requests for that, so it is something that we should build.
Yeah, but this is, like I said, announcement. I'll link back to the Huntress video that I did. If you're not familiar with the product, it's a product we still use. This is not a paid endorsement, as I've said before. This is just, we like the product. We've been working with the company, and they're really cool. And I'm going to throw it out there, too. Tradecraft Tuesdays.
Yes.
This has been getting bigger for you guys.
Yeah. So it's something Kyle and I actually started 3 years ago, where we would just go on weekly, and we would try to talk about something, talk about the news in the security industry, and what was interesting about that. It ended up being just too much of a time sink, so we stopped doing it for a while, but we brought it back 3 or 4 months ago, and we're going to do it once a month. And so we get on there, the three of us, myself, Kyle, and John, and we talk about here's some interesting tidbits in the news, whether you're an MSP or an IT shop, and here's what it means for you. And then we also break down some topic. We've done two-factor, we've done administrative privileges and why you don't want to give that to your users. And if you're an IT shop, whether it's an MSP or an IT department, and your users kind of push back and say, but I need administrative privileges, we gave you some stuff that you can talk about. And it's here's what you can say, or here's some tools that you can use to make this problem easier. And we're going to keep doing that with topics once a month.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So I've interacted with Kyle and some of his team here at Huntress, and they're hackers at heart is the best way I would describe it with all you guys. You're real hands on the keyboard. You're not just saying we're throwing magical AI. No, you're talking about how someone got in a network, how they pivoted, and things like that. So some of the tradecraft of how the hackers work, because you have to learn the tools. You have to learn how the bad actors, threat actors are using these tools and playing with them to then understand how to protect against them. And which is, we've had some interesting conversations. I did that video on how Screen Connect was used to deploy, and that's because of the conversation I had with the team there. And they're like, hey, use Screen Connect time. Could it do these things with PowerShell? I'm like, actually, it can do those things. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because we're seeing this type of threat come there. So, it's all that continuing education and sharing it back. I like to share back. These guys have that. Subscribe to their channel. They have a whole share back on there. Yeah. But even if you're not using a product, you're going to get some tips on cybersecurity and things like that. It's interesting stuff. And like you guys all say, security is a team sport, man. We all got to share as we learn about these threats as they come available. Protect yourself against them and how to defend against them and what tools are being used and what to watch out for. So check out all that at Huntress Labs. And if you're interested in a product, I have no special offers or anything. I'm not an affiliate. You just contact their salespeople and they'll sign you up, and they have a free demo. You can stand up for it to test the product, right?
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. Come check it out, and we'll tell you what we find, and then we'll help you show value to your customers, and everybody wins.
Unless you're scared, because I will tell you, it will find things. You go, wow, I thought these machines were clean.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it will find things. But somebody actually said yesterday, which I thought was interesting, is if you're not doing that and you're not finding things, you're hoping, and hope is not a good strategy. So better to know that you have nothing than to hope that you have nothing.
Yeah. I seen someone talking about compliance. They said Schrodinger's compliance. If we don't look, we're not not out of compliance because we didn't look, right? I don't think it really works that way, but
sort of. Until somebody else comes in and does the check for you, and then you find out you no longer have that customer. So
yeah, you don't want that. So all right, go check them out at Huntress Labs. I'll leave links below. Thanks. And thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you like YouTube to notify you when new videos come out. If you'd like to hire us, head over to lawrencesystems.com, fill out our contact page, and let us know what we can help you with and what projects you'd like us to work together on. If you want to carry on the discussion, head over to forums.lawrencesystems.com, where we can carry on the discussion about this video, other videos, or other tech topics in general. Even suggestions for new videos, they're accepted right there on our forums, which are free. Also, if you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, head over to our affiliate page. We have a lot of great tech offers for you. And once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.